Hello everyone, welcome back to Joestar Struck, where today we're going to be trying to chase down Joseph once again. I walk past the school gates among fellow students and head for the building to get to class. Another day, another bizarre adventure. Ah, that's a good one. I get that joke. It's pretty hard not to get. The walk home is quiet and peaceful. It's a nice change of scenery to get away from the chaos of Gyuuniku. I turn the street corner to enter my neighborhood, and that's when I see her. Jotaro's sister. Shit. What was her name? Stare at the back of her head as if trying to channel my hidden and unknown psychic abilities. Nothing. But that's when I see it. The name tag on her bag. I quicken my step to get a bit closer so I can read it. Jolene Kujo. She turns around. Oh shit. Hey. Jolene, right? She gives me a quizzical look before nodding. You were the one who gave my brother that homework, right? Oh yeah, I should probably be doing didn't I do a voice for these characters? I recognize you from when you dropped it off. She saw me? Jolene turns to keep walking and motions for me to follow. I almost trip over my own 2 feet to catch up with her. Well, yeah, I was. Is he done with it? Yeah, actually, you need it back? You can come by right now and pick it up. Sure, I'll turn it in for him. He's done with the whole thing? Yeah, I know he probably doesn't seem like it, but he's pretty good at school, he just hates going to class. Relatable. We approach the front door of the Kujo house and Jolene reaches into her bag for her house keys. My brother is home, but he's probably asleep, so just hang out in the living room and I'll get him for you. Right. I step in after her, my heart having the audacity to skip a beat. What's the big deal? I'm just here to pick up some homework. Sorry about the mess, we're both not the tidiest people. No mom? I probably shouldn't ask. Yeah, probably not. She gestures down the hallway. Jotaro's room is this way. Follow me. She opens his bedroom door without knocking or anything. Part of me has a little heart attack. He's a teenage boy, after all. Oh, he's not here. Oh, he's not here. Yeah, I see that. Hang tight for a sec. He's probably outside. She leaves me standing in the doorway of Jotaro's room. So he's got some books, whatever that poster is. I walk like an Egyptian. Okay, yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, because Stardust Crusaders and such. Jojo, and I don't get the star pillow, but it's neat. Well, I gotta say, I'm a little shocked by the stuff I'm seeing. It seems so normal. I pause for a moment to take it in. Everything is blue, and for some reason it makes sense. There's a rack of hats hanging over his bed. I can't hold back the smile that finds its way onto my face. Yeah, he does have a lot of hats, doesn't he? I've only ever seen him wearing one of them, but somehow it makes sense he'd have a whole collection. I can see a lot of books he owns to have to do with the ocean. Huh. Guess that's his thing? Once again, another unexpected thing about this guy that's throwing me for a loop. I sigh, accepting the fact that I probably have this guy pegged all wrong. Of course, I've only met Jotaro once and for a brief time to boot, but I certainly wouldn't have guessed his rooms to look like this. I tentatively sit on the edge of his bed as I look around, not daring to touch anything. I guess that's a reading chair? I don't know, I don't really have a reading chair in my room. Normally I sit on my bed to read, but I guess having a chair would be useful. I feel incredibly out of place. I just keep thinking back to Jotaro's scowl. Is he going to be mad that I'm here? My question is answered almost immediately as the bedroom door opens. Oh man, look at how cool he looks. I hop up from my bed, my chest tightening in panic. What the hell are you? Homework, your sister, she said you were done with it. He steps closer to me and that's when I can smell the cigarette smoke clinging to him. I am. You need it? Well, I can turn it in for you if you're not going to come to class anytime soon. I offer a smile, insisting I don't mean any harm. Seems to understand where I'm coming from. Before we can say anything else, Jolene pops into the doorway. I can't find him. Oh, there you are. You shouldn't let strangers into the house. Whatever, just hand over your homework. I have my own to do. She makes a face and grabs her bag before going into the hallway. Also, you stink. Take a shower. Her voice echoes through the hall and I try to hold in a laugh. She's not wrong. I look back to Jotaro expectantly. I'd be more than happy to get out of your way, buddy. Let's just try to figure this homework situation. He seems to read my mind. Jotaro moves on from the shelf to his desk, the look on his face telling me he's irritated. Sorry, my guy. I know this is something most of us would consider a waste of time. I try to keep my stare off him and on the floor, lest I catch his gaze and he finds me even weirder for watching him. But the silence is heavy. I twiddle my thumbs and rock on my heels. It's like 3 seconds have passed. The house is quiet, save for the faint music coming from what I can only guess is Jolynn's room. Keep your mouth shut. I shrug off my impulse to say anything. No telling how I can get myself into some deep shit in this situation. I can't even bring myself to let my eyes wander. Jotaro continues to search, and I only let my weight shift from one foot to the other. The silence is oddly comfortable. But maybe this is what they call the quiet before the storm. Any second now, Jotaro is going to put me down for interrupting his daily life. Maybe. Shit. I look up and see him inspecting a fingertip. Paper cut? I'm unable to stop myself from speaking, and I regret it immediately. But Jotaro only nods. Yeah. He doesn't even look at me and keeps searching. Here it is. He holds up the packet of homework and steps up to me. The first paper has some worn edges, but it's all filled out. I take it and flip through to double check its completion. Thanks. I'll hand it in to Mr. Jonathan right away. Thanks. Oh, he blushed. As soon as he says it, he heads out into the hallway, leaving me alone in his room again. Huh, okay then. I wait for a few seconds, but he doesn't come back. What am I supposed to do now? I wait for a bit before heading out into the hallway. Yeah, I think you were supposed to follow him. He's not out here either. Alright then. My feet carry me to the nearby hall wall. Jesus. With pictures hanging off it. I lean closer to get a better look. There's a younger Jolynn with the same kind of hairstyle. A younger Jotaro who's smiling? That's kind of hard to imagine right now. I scoff at the thought. Still, I don't think I'd pass up on the opportunity to see that. I'd be comparable to witnessing a cryptid with my own 2 eyes, but I'm sure no one would believe me. Hell, I don't think anyone would believe me if I told them that I somewhat befriended his kid sister, actually went into Jotaro's house and poked around for the sake of my own curiosity. I pause and momentarily consider just leaving. Jotaro seems like the type who would wring my neck if he caught me snooping around his house. But at the same time, it's not like I know the guy enough to say that for sure. I shrug to myself and move on to the next thing that caught my eye, and the next, until I end up finding the kitchen. I only poke my head in briefly, taking note of the fruit basket on the corner. Yeah, I hear that anime got remade. I'd be lying if I said family portraits and unripe fruit was exactly what I was hoping to find while traipsing around Jotaro's house unattended. I look at the doors in the hallway. To my left, the door has a gaudy sign hanging on it. Jolynn was painted in bright colors on the sign, and I can hear music from underneath the door. The other door, Jotaro's door, also has a sign. I tiptoe closer until I can read what's on the placard and almost laugh. Jotaro's name is painted on this one. It's less embellished as Jolynn's, and for a moment I consider the possibility that maybe she was the one who made it for him. Probably when she was even younger. It doesn't seem like she'd do anything like that now. I make my way deeper into the hallway, where another door awaits. This one has no decoration, but I can hear the sound of running water from the other side. That's gotta be the bathroom. Wait, if Jolynn is in her room doing her homework, and the 2 of them live alone... Oh. I guess Jotaro took Jolynn's shower comment to heart. But really though? Did he really just hop in the shower without saying bye to me or showing me out? I guess I can't hold it against him too much. This guy seems pretty socially challenged. With a blush burning my cheeks, I decided it's probably time for me to leave and make a hasty exit. Yeah, Jesus, you were going on. You're just looking at these people's house when you're supposed to obviously leave. Like, what's wrong with you? With all said and done, I make my way home. For a brief second, I find myself wondering if Jotaro is actually going to show up to class one day. If he never does, they'll definitely expel him. And if he's expelled, well, guess I'll never really see him again. It'd be a shame, but it is what it is, right? What? The hell did that say? I couldn't read it. Part of me wants to take a note from Jotaro's delinquent book and just not go to school today. I sit up with a sigh. Time to get ready, I guess. On my way to school, I pass by Jotaro's place. I can see that their living room light is on. I bounce on my heels, debating if I should invite Jotaro to class and risk annoying him. The curtains are pulled open so I can see a bit of movement. I peek through the window, common decency be damned, and I see... Wait, is that... What I see wasn't what I was expecting. Then again, I didn't know what I was expecting. Jolene is sitting on the floor with Jotaro behind her, her hands in her hair as he delicately styles it. They seem to be talking about... hell if I know. And it seems like it's such a natural interaction. It brings to mind the possibility of Jotaro doing this for her every day. The thought warms my heart. It was so unlike the image of Jotaro I've held onto for so long. This rugged, secretive, bitch-faced delinquent carefully styling the hair of his little sister. I wonder if he was the one who dyed her hair for her too, or at least took her to the salon and paid to get it done. Realized how the other times I've seen them together, this moment is when they seem the most close. Maybe they were always this close. Or is this one thing they can do together out of all the other interests or hobbies? Not that styling hair fits Jotaro, because it really doesn't. But saying that's something he probably picked up to do for Jolene's definitely sheds some new light on the guy. Finally back up, not wanting to get caught and go to the front door. Yeah, this guy's weird, just rummaging through people's houses, looking in their windows. I'm smiling and I can't stop it, but I press the doorbell anyway. What the hell, why? For a brief moment, I wonder who's going to... Why? We gotta go to school, you dumbass. We can't hang out with them all day. We gotta find Joseph. Before I can put any more thought into that question, the door opens as Jolene is standing in the doorway. I'm about to greet her when I notice the one hair bun on her head. The rest of her hair is down, unstyled. Ah, gee, I could have waited a bit for Jotaro to finish up her hair. Jotaro, your friend is here. She hollers out before I can say anything to her and disappears back inside. Don't worry, I'll do the rest myself. I hear her talk to her brother from inside, and I'm soon looking up to Jotaro Kujo himself. Jotaro just looks at me. Any hint of softness I saw minutes before had turned hard and sharp. Guess I can't really expect much else from the guy. What are you doing here? School. I'm smiling too much, making it obvious I found out some kind of secret. Well, just wondering if you're going to come today. He doesn't react at first, and he might as well have scoffed or rolled his eyes. Dunno. Well, it's not a hard no. Maybe there's hope? So if you do go, I'll probably just be on a whim. It'll probably just be on a whim? Probably. Such a man of little words. Then again, I suppose I should be grateful for the handful he's given me so far. Well, I guess I'll just go. I was gonna ask if you wanted to walk there together. I start to fidget on my feet. Being stuck under his gaze always seems to be daunting considering he's so hard to read. But he says nothing as if expecting me to continue. But if you haven't made up your mind, I'll just go. Don't want to be late. I force a laugh that sounds more pain than anything, and with a quick nod, I'm turning on my heel and leaving the property. I continue down the sidewalk, processing what just happened. It's a no-brainer that I don't know much about the guy, and what I witnessed only proves that further. Jotaro has only ever been pretty evasive. He always seems to want to be alone. He never says much of anything. God, why do I even care? I honestly can't help it. At this point, I'm pretty invested. To think this all started from dropping off that guy's homework. Oh shit. What about my homework? I know I finished it last night, but did I put it all in my bag before I left? I stopped walking and quickly unzipped my bag, finding the notebook that held my latest assignment was missing. Without even letting myself process another thought, I turn around and run back home. Jeez, you're like 10 hours late at this point. I walk into class as ready as ever to take on the day. But a new sight pulls my attention towards the back of the class. Jotaro is sitting in his assigned spot, feet propped up on the desk and hat pulled over his eyes. Is he asleep? And more importantly, is that really him? Here? At school? As I approach my desk, I get closer to him. There's no way that this is some imposter. Who can mistake the edge of that jawline? I pull my chair out and sit down, my eyes still stuck to Jotaro. Dude, it's rude to stare. Let's calm down, alright? It's weird seeing him at school. Cats are playing. Every time before this, I've only ever seen him at his house. Let's leave him alone. Like I said, I kind of want to beeline it to Joseph. I look away, allowing him privacy, and hoist my bag onto my lap to fish out my notebook and pencil. But after setting them on my desk, I can't help but take a small peek back at Jotaro. Jotaro doesn't say anything, but tugs the bill of his hat further down his face. I can't help but see it as his own kind of greeting. Miss Erina. Oh, Erina's teaching us. Today I'll be matching you all up with a partner. Despite Miss Erina's sweet smile, everyone around me groans. Group work never has any fans, does it? Trust me, you'll all want a partner for this project. Her smile is unwavering as she refers to one of the objects on her desk. It's a sack of flour? You and a partner will be taking on the role of parents. Your assignment is to simply take care of a baby. In other words, a tender sack of flour. She picks up the flour and cradles it in her arms as if it were an actual baby. Some students laugh, already deciding this project will be no sweat. The atmosphere also lightens up, with most of us thinking it'll be pretty fun. Of course, it could be a nightmare depending on who ends up becoming your spouse. You'll be spending today's class time meeting with your partner, naming your child, and dressing it up. This sounds like something Erina would come up with. Sets down the flower baby and looks at everyone, and looks down at some paperwork on the teacher's podium. I've already divided you up into pairs, so listen closely for your name and who you will be working with. I lean back into my chair, anticipating my fate. Whoever I get stuck with, I'm sure it won't be too bad. If it's someone who's a stickler for their grade, they're more than free to handle this project how they want. But if it's someone who couldn't care less, I can afford to step up and make sure we both pass. Quasi. Weird name, by the way. I lift my head to give her my attention. Oh boy. And Jotaro Kujo. Wait. Really? I look over to Jotaro and he just nods at me. You see, if he's already dreading this project, I don't blame him. He probably definitely most likely thinks I'm strange. But it's not like we're strangers. As Erina finishes up reading her list of pairs and turns us loose. One of you come up and fetch your baby. I also have some materials for you to decorate with. I turn back to Jotaro, but he's already getting up and heading to the front of class to collect what we need. I can't tell what he's picking up, but he's soon making his way to me, arms full of miscellaneous craft supplies. This is so weird. Can we just talk about how weird the concept is that we're sitting here with Jotaro Kujo and we're about to decorate a sack baby? We're not possibly going to use all of this, right? Maybe he had me in his mind when he gathered them. Do I look like the crafty type? He nudges an empty seat nearby, closer to me, and sets the stuff down on my desk. What are we naming it? Is it just me, or does he seem a little enthusiastic about this? Let's let Jotaro name it. You can choose, I'm not the best with names. That is absolutely true, I'm awful with names. Jotaro quiets for a moment to think. He's really putting some thought into it. I start to wonder if he'll give up and insist I come up with something, but then he holds up a finger. Juta. That sounds like it could be something that I don't get from Jojo, because I haven't watched that far. Because that would be another Jojo, right? Juta Joestar? Yeah. Jota. Jotaro shakes his head. Juta. Isn't that what I said? Like your name? No. He scoffs and grabs my pencil to scribble something in my notebook. Juta. Oh, Juta. With that done, we just gotta personalize it. I grab the flour sack and set it between us. How do you want to do this? Jotaro fidgets with a roll of tape as he looks at the sack. It needs a face. He suggests, poking at it. Right, so some eyes, and Jotaro grabs the sack and pulls something out of his pocket. It's a cigarette. I don't try to stop him and only watch. What the hell is he doing with that thing? Jotaro tears off a piece of tape and attaches the cigarette onto the flower baby. There, its mouth. What the hell? Our baby's gonna be smoking. He secures it with more tape and grabs one of the markers he brought over to draw a crooked smile. The cigarette is placed perfectly as if between his lips. Huh. Wow, our baby's so cool. I only look at it, stumped beyond words. I guess, yeah, that'll work. Now it just needs some eyes. Jotaro gives me the marker. Your turn. I take it and tap it against my chin in thought. The kid's eyes can make or break its looks. It's not like I'm Picasso or anything, but let's see how this turns out. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely gonna draw cute eyes. With the crazy cigarette baby, we're gonna have a badass cute baby. In this kind of world, it's rewarding to be cute as hell, wouldn't you say? Jotaro just shrugs and watches me draw. Sure, kawaii-esque eyes contrast harshly with the edge from the cigarette, but it makes our kid that much more unique. Oh jeez. When finished, I cap the marker and show Jotaro. Cute, yeah? I guess. I pat the baby's head. It's okay, Juta. Of course your dad thinks you're the cutest damn thing in existence. I ignore the weird look Jotaro gives me. Come on, man, let me have fun with this. Now that the baby has a face, both of us seem pretty satisfied, so I get up to return the rest of the materials. As I sit back down, Miss Erina speaks up. Before class ends, decide who's going to care for your child during the first week. You'll be switching parenting duty every week until the end of the project. I look to Jotaro and pat the flour sack. I'll take Judah for the first week. Is that okay? Jotaro nods, reaching to adjust the cigarette he taped on. Sure. This means you'll be coming back, right? At least when we have to trade off. Pauses and looks at me. It'd be a dick move to start ditching school again and make me a single parent. Let's be real. Yeah, I'll come back. Oh, look at the blush. He nudges the baby closer to me and tugs on the bill of his hat. Alright, where's my boy Joseph? Jotaro. I tried to catch up to him with Juta in my arms. As soon as Miss Aranima dismissed the class, he wasted no time leaving. When he heard me call out his name, he paused and looked at me expectantly. I think I just got an email notification. Well, we live on the same street, so how about we walk home together? Offer a smile. Sure, we're not exactly friends, but we're getting there, aren't we? Before Jotaro can answer, someone bumps into me from behind. Startled, I drop Juta to the floor. It all seemed to happen in slow motion. I watched our child tumble out of my hands and splat onto the ground. Oh no! The baby has gone splat. What if the flour started seeping out of the holes, or the cigarette fell off? Oh no. My gut freezes in panic when I see... Oh yeah, I see the edge of the sack split open and flour spill onto the floor. Juta? Jotaro. I look up, but he's gone. Students walking by either laugh or express their sympathy, but I fall to my knees and try to scoop the flour back into the sack. Oh no. What a perfect start to this goddamn project. It hasn't even been an hour and my baby is dead. This game is ridiculous. I should probably hit up the market later to buy duct tape and more flour. The bell rings, and with it begins lunch period. It's Jotaro's turn to take Juta and babysit, but I haven't seen him all day. Of course, it's always possible that he ditched class. Old habits, am I right? But he did say he'd be here. At any rate, if he really doesn't show up today, I'll stop by his place and just drop off the baby. God, it sounds like we're divorced already, and it's only been a week. With Juta in my arms, I set off in search of Jotaro. I have no idea where to start, but I gotta try. My search takes me outside on a hunch. I look from left to right as I walk through campus. Maybe he's behind the building, being a stereotypical delinquent. I walk right into something or someone and it sends me flying back into the ground. My parental instincts kick in and I hold Juta tight against my chest. This only means my arms aren't free to break my fall and my ass feels the brunt of the impact. Oh no. Motherfucker. I tense up upon feeling the pain of a hit tailbone. My apologies. Oh hey, it's Kakuin. I hear you like MILFs. I look up and see a head of red hair. I have no idea what voice to give this guy. All I know is Redo, and that he likes MILFs. He's holding his hand out to me and I take it. With his help, I get back on my feet. Huh, this guy looks familiar. Thanks. No need to thank me, I was the one who knocked you down. He offers an apologetic smile and looks from Juta to me. Ah, you're Jotaro's neighbor, aren't you? And his partner for home ec? Whoa, who is this guy? Yeah, how'd you know? Take a step back and he seems to notice my rising suspicion. In response, he just bows his head in greeting. I'm Kakuin, a friend of Jotaro's. Wait, so Jotaro does have friends? Oh, I'm Quasi. Did Jotaro not tell you that? Not at all. He only described you to me. I'm actually looking for him. Anyways, I'm actually looking for him. It's his turn to take Juta off my hands for a week. I hold up the baby. Kakuin holds in a laugh and points behind me. He's taking a break behind the school there. Once you see the dumpsters keep going and you'll run into him. So I was right. Gotcha. Thanks. I wave goodbye and pick up the pace as I head to where Kakuin indicated. The smell of wet garbage welcomes me the closer I get. There's no way Jotaro is willingly spending his time here. Dio's house. Shut up. Where's part 5? Part 5's already out, buddy. Part 5 anime? Yeah, it's already out. Rohan OVA suck. The cool S that everybody did in high school. Dio's gay. King Crimson makes no sense. That's true from what I've heard. You suck. And various garbage. Jojo. Huh. Got some cool graffiti there. Alright. So I think this is probably a good spot to go ahead and end off here. And in the next episode, we will pick up here and see if we can maybe find Joseph again. The third episode will probably be the final one, all things considered. I didn't think this was going to go on as long as it is, but it seems like it's actually a full-fledged long game. So maybe episode 3 will be the last one, I'm not sure. But regardless, I will see you next time.